Hello everyone, this is Group Curry. I'm Victor Mulato.
I'm Alina Kichko.
I'm Amr Paulzenda, and this is our presentation for our dice game Kubic.
So our dice game has the rules in the screen as you can read them. Um, we have two ways of play this game. We have the local game and the online game. I'm going to show you the local game first. So as you can see, we have now this window which asks for the player name. I'm gonna just write my name. We we handle letters because if like it asks you to choose a color, if you don't, then it shows you an error. So I'm gonna choose white. I'm gonna start a game. I'm not sorry, I forgot to press OK, but I'm gonna start a game now. And then I'm playing with a computer which has a like a kind of an artificial intelligence to play with me and decide when to use a tokens, which as you can see in the instructions, the token allows me to re-roll the dice if I didn't like the roll I got. So I'm gonna use a token in this turn. So you can see it rolls again. We have the table with all the points and take care of the tokens and the player names too. And it's adding everything. And all these until you reach 500 points, which is the goal of the game. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about the code, and after that we're gonna show the online mode. So let me um, talk about the classes we use. So Alina, if you can start talking about the dice, please.
Yes, I have done the player class, and I want to talk about that. It's we made properties. The four properties are ID, name, and score in the token, and they change depending on specific conditions. And then the methods are uh, using the parameters. So in this method and function, it takes the name as a parameter, and then right here we set the new values, and then in these methods we actually get the current values of what like of during the game what changes, then we get those values. And then this last method is to get the token used, and then if the player chooses to use a token, then we do -1, so that it decreases.
Okay.
If you want to do about the thing.
So, the dice class starts off listing the properties for the color, state, and the image path, and it contains a constructor which only takes one parameter, which is color. And moving on, we go into the set methods, which set the object state and the new state, and then the get methods to obtain the state and the color. And the next method gets the directory path of a specific image, and it corresponds that to the present state of the dice, which is helpful to set the GUI without errors. And moving on, at the very end is the method to generate a random number from 1 through 6, which shows all 6 sides of the die, which are possible to roll with the roll.
Okay. Now we're gonna talk about a little bit about the online class. We use this class to um, communicate with ThinkSpeak. We can see here that we have properties, write key, read key, and channel ID. We have a constructor which takes a channel ID, and then we use our personal write key of our ThinkSpeak channel um, and put it as a default value. Then we use get methods with which just returns the write key and the read key. And also we use a special method which we create to write into ThinkSpeak. It's called write. It takes the object of class online. It takes an ID and a score one, score two, and token one, token two, and every all it does is it um, write it on the all the tables of the ThinkSpeak channel, and then it returns a true if it was successful. Then we have read score, player one, which just read score of the player two. One, we have a read score player two, which is the same, but for player two, we have a read token player one, token player two, and read ID. And then we have a final method, which is called clear ThinkSpeak, which just initialize everything to the initial conditions that we want. In this case, scores both to zero, ID zero, and token three, because our game wants to initiate with three tokens every time. So now we're gonna do a quick demo with a Lina complete game of online game mode. So as you can see, I am starting the screen again. We, in this opportunity, we're gonna choose play online. So Alina, just go and please play online. As stated in the instructions for the things, is basically just connecting all the classes together and to the GUI elements. We're not gonna spend too much time on this because it's a very specific code for our game, but some very important things about our code are the properties we have. We have properties which are accessed privately. These properties are shared between all methods of our code here on this screen, which is the online screen final. Uh, we also have some methods which also are shared between this screen, the methods of this screen, so any method of this screen can access these ones. These methods were provided by uh, JSON Mac and modified by Ansel. This helped that ThinkSpeak to work. Then we have all the code, the startup function, what it does, and here this code cleared the ThinkSpeak completely, and this code uh, set up a zero in every field and a three in every token field of the ThinkSpeak. Um, After that, when we push start, we create all the objects, and the rest is just using the elements of the GUI, and that's how we were able to uh, code this game. Another thing we use was to send the names between screens. We use log files of type text, and we read that in this screen. So I hope you guys like it.
And
Uh,
thank you for
this is
attending our
again.
presentation. And we hope you have fun playing Cubic as well.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
Thank you.